Nancy Cordes now joins us from San Francisco, admittedly in the pre-dawn, where Hillary Clinton will be attending a fundraiser later today, post-dawn. Again, Nancy, we heard in your piece the references to the ego stroking and the horse trading. And really, as people have at least synthesized these WikiLeaks dumps to a point, many believe that they show a politician doing politician things. But then there are those pull quotes, such as needy Latinos. So how to balance what impact these could have?
Well, there are certainly a lot of things in these emails that Latinos won't like, that Bernie Sanders supporters might not like. They'll see a campaign that is very calculated on issues large and small, whether it comes to what her positions are going to be on particular policies, how she's going to explain how her policies have changed from the recent past, how she's going to talk about different groups, how she's going to get different groups on board, whether she's going to talk to the press or not. All of these things are discussed in minute detail by her advisors. Now, yes, this goes on every campaign, every major professional campaign, one like this. If you looked at the Trump campaign's emails, you'd find lots of embarrassing things as well. But it does reinforce some of the narratives that are already out there about Hillary Clinton, that she's too calculated, that she's walled off from the press and from others, that she is simply triangulating her positions to best capture the zeitgeist of the moment and doesn't have these overriding, overreaching beliefs that remain true over time. So it is problematic for them, and would probably be more problematic for them if we weren't seeing what was going on with Donald Trump on the other side, that is frankly sucking up a lot of the oxygen. The bigger problem for them, Josh, is that we've really only seen the tip of the iceberg so far, and there are potentially tens of thousands more emails that WikiLeaks seems intent on dribbling out every single day between now and election day.
And so how will that inform the strategy? This idea that it would appear that these will be coming daily now for the next 27 days, but also is there a sense in the campaign that the worst is yet to come?
You know, I think that they know that probably these emails will be a daily embarrassment. When there are 1,000 emails a day coming out, there's no question that there are going to be a few cringeworthy emails in every single batch. Nothing necessarily incriminating, but something that gets a lot of attention, gets talked about, gets dissected, and distracts from the message, the closing message that Hillary Clinton is trying to make, and the fact that she's trying to capitalize on some of Donald Trump's challenges. Their approach has been, Josh, to have Clinton herself basically ignore it and say nothing, but beyond that, to get ever more aggressive about pointing out that the U.S. government believes that these hacks were carried out by the Russians, and that this is exactly what the Russians want, is to meddle with the U.S. election, to have people focusing on what the Clinton campaign views as a sideshow, and also to try to connect Donald Trump and his orbit to the release of these emails, to argue that it appears that a Trump confidant may have gotten advance notice from WikiLeaks that these emails were going to be released. They say that that is troubling in the least, even though Roger Stone, has denied it.
Now, you mentioned the challenges of Donald Trump. Perhaps you are referring to the other drumbeat we are now seeing in this country, with regard to the sexual assault allegations that do now seem to be also becoming something of a daily thing for the GOP nominee. We have, though, only seen a short statement released by Hillary Clinton's comms director. We saw her performance on that stage in St. Louis, where she seemed, if nothing else, to hold back with regard to perhaps going on the attacks regarding the 2005 video that had been released, but hours before it. Is this a sense, then, of this strategy going forward?
Yes, their typical time-worn strategy in these situations, Josh, is that when things are going really badly for Donald Trump, they get quieter, not louder. For example, she has no public events today, and that suits her campaign just fine because they anticipate there will be more fallout today. Perhaps GOP leaders who have been on the fence about Donald Trump now, after this latest wave of female accusers, deciding finally that they need to distance themselves from him. The Clinton campaign doesn't want to do anything to distract from that. Beyond that, we have heard Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail all week make the case that the behavior that Donald Trump described in that 2005 video, which he now denies, is probably who Donald Trump is, the same Donald Trump that he has described in his interviews with Howard Stern, talking about going into dressing rooms at beauty pageants and that kind of thing. They say this is Donald Trump in his own words. Why would we be surprised that women are now coming out and confirming behavior that he himself has already described? Interestingly, Vice President Joe Biden is on the campaign trail for Clinton today, Josh, in Las Vegas, and domestic abuse has always been a big issue for him, so I'm sure that we'll hear him say something on the topic today.
Nancy Gordis with the campaign in San Francisco. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome.